Hello, everyone, and anyone listening to this at this time. This is the Contemplative Currents podcast by Sher Quino. Now, this episode is a readout of the essay called "Your Trust is a Distraction. The Universe Doesn't Wait." And I have a subtitle here called "A Trust in the Universe is a Distrust in Your Own Ability." Now, before I go about the readout, or before I read this out, I want to give a more of a summary, or should I say a conclusion of what I'm trying to achieve here, or what I'm trying to express here. Maybe I shouldn't put this or say this as a conclusion. I would express this as the heart of what I'm trying to articulate in this essay, and it's that ultimately we tend to put our trust in our own ability. We tend to want to make something of ourselves. We tend to want to wade through life claiming that it's us who have the strength, the know-how, the magic, the power to do anything. But under closer observation, we begin to see that we are the channel, each and every one of us are channels that the universe expresses itself. And sometimes that could, depend on how you look at this could look a little bit disempowering. For some people would see that as disempowering. But instead, I would say that we bring our attention to something else that's neither in the play of empowerment or disempowerment. Who we are truly isn't the circumstances of we are not the circumstance of our lives or the things that are happening in our lives. We are not the we're not the really the doers of our own lives. Um, but when you look closely, you begin to see that we are, in essence, the awareness of the lives that we often claim are ours. And I'll explain a little bit my rationale here in a more logical framework as this essay. So here goes. I typed this piece while nursing in a flu that feels utterly uncomfortable. The occasional shivers are driving me to cover up. There's noticeable urge to reach for a warm drink. Neither the shivers nor the urge for comfort in a drink are in anything that I turned on or that I can turn off. Neither did I choose this ailment or intentionally expose myself to the virus or the viruses that are knocking this body's internal defense. But like everything in the universe, the virus that rages within this body has a right to live, just like I have the right to live. I have the right to defend myself as the virus has the right to fight against the barricade of medications that I lay in wait for it. May the strongest strategy win. And yet, beneath this struggle, something larger is unfolding, an impersonal, unexplainable display of the universe being itself. The virus, the shivers, the craving, the resistance, they are not really separate events. They are movements within the same unimaginable dance. What's being experienced here is not something outside of me or even within me. It's the universe at work, and I too am the universe. I'm what the universe is doing. When we can see the impersonality, I put that in quote here, the impersonality in this display, it becomes easily seen that nothing you could ever do or are doing is separate from what the universe is doing. So much so, there's a great cracking of the mirror of that illusion of agency. Outrageous statement. outrageous, purely outrageous, I know. Well, I intended for it to be, particularly the subtitle of this short essay, which I wrote as "A Trust in the Universe is a Distrust in Your Own Ability." So it becomes less outrageous if you truly come to terms with the realization that nothing of your own effort has ever been ours, or nothing of our own effort has ever been ours. Why? Well, maybe because you're not separate from the universe at all. It's so self evident, yet very elusive. I'll quickly say here that the universe, as I refer to it here, is the all that is. All that is includes everything and excludes nothing. So when in quiet you turn attention inward, you may start to see the proof of this. Look at it. Isn't it clear that you never chose your birth, nor the time in which you were born, the family in which you were born to, your race, your metabolic rate, etc. Look at all the sensations that you're feeling right now. Did you choose to feel those sensations? Are they not happening on their own? Aren't those characteristics just plain evidence of how the universe moves through you as you? Who is it to which these appear to? Your agreement or disagreement of these ideas that I share, are they truly your agreement or disagreement? Can you see the immense beauty in this freedom? So, how then can we not see that every event and circumstance in life is also an orchestration of the universe, working on its own without a second? In that scene, would it not also come with the understanding that we can rest in the confidence that whatever is playing out in our lives and in the world at large is playing out on the screen of awareness? Nothing personal to it all. Resting in this knowing, or in another way of looking at it, in the unknown, almost always feel like passivity. But bend your head sideways again, like you're looking at a lenticular object, and you'd see it's not passivity at all. It's the surrendering to life by allowing life to move through us. You know, what's paradoxical about this statement is that you had no choice at all in the allowing of life to move through us. You're life itself and not something that life passes through. The universe was always using you. Your surrendering is just your observation of it happening in real time. True surrender is the watching of life as it unfolds in its naturality. It's your awareness of life passing as it passes. It's our trust, our deep trust in the universe that demonstrates how much of freedom gets expressed. So, this passing of life through us could include standing up against injustice, could include the feeding of the homeless, speaking up for those who are oppressed. It could include the rage that passes through us as we see those on the fringes being persecuted. It could be the despair we sometimes feel when all hope seems lost. But it's also the awakening to see that none of these are personal. And if they are impersonal and are in a constant state of flux, then they're infinite possibilities. And so hope by itself wakes up. Once again, nothing personal. These ideas are obviously counter to what we are often taught. The self help narratives push for empowerment and action and getting on our feet. They push for adding more and more to our lives, changing our routines and diets. They tout how much the individual can offer to or create for the universe. None of which I oppose. However, I present an alternative viewpoint. It's one that transcends and includes even those self referential perspectives. All those words to say, even these are the activities of the universe. When we trust in our finite self, we overlook the infiniteness that's found in God. When we trust in this vastness, this goodness, this godness, this universe, we lose trust in the finite self. So you probably have read this all to this point and wondering how this can be applied practically to one's life. Let's try this then. Take whatever situation that's going on or weighing heavily on your mind, bring it to full focus. See that it's being displayed on the screen of mind. It's oftentimes about the future or a narrative about something reoccurring or a reference to the past. That's here. Whatever is appearing on this screen of mind is often carries the narrative of something that's going to likely to happen in the future, or a narrative about something that's happened in the past or is reoccurring. Now, see that in this moment, nothing is happening apart from the sensations, feelings, and thoughts that are unfolding in your environment at this very moment. Now, find the stillness within this awareness. Notice in the stillness, there's a part of you that's untouched by those sensations, those feelings, or thoughts. Notice it's the part that's noticing. The part that's noticing isn't touched by what it is experiencing. It's the part that's doing nothing. Now stay in this nothingness, trusting that a situation, an idea, or an event will pop up, one that you had no possible way of orchestrating. Now reflect on what it means to trust the universe. What does it mean to trust yourself and distrust the universe? If you could hold that question, what does it mean to trust yourself and distrust the universe? Are there interesting findings when you explored these questions? All right, friends, that's the end of this this contemplative piece. Your trust is a distraction. The universe doesn't wait. I hope this resonated in one way or the other for whoever is listening to this. And if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, I'd love to get some feedback, to get some to hear your own perspective or what's popping out for you. And with that being said, I have to go nurse this flu. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you in another recording.